Hello guys, I am Divyang from IGCSE on Fingertips. From this video, we are going to start a series of videos in which we are going to discuss some topics which are repeatedly asked in boards and which students find difficult to attempt. The first topic that we are taking up is basics of organic chemistry, right? So the first thing, what is organic chemistry? Organic chemistry is the study of organic compounds, right? Organic compounds contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sometimes they contain phosphorus and many other non-metals, but the most of the times these are the four elements, the four non-metals which can form covalent bonds consists organic compound, right? Now out of four of these, carbon is repeated the most. The carbon forms the skeletal structure of an organic compound, the basic structure of an organic compound. It may be proteins or carbohydrates, right? These are organic compounds. So the main skeletal structure of these compounds is going to be carbon. Why? Because of two properties of carbon. One is catenation and the other one is tetravalency, right? We have seen both of these properties in diamond. What was happening? Diamond had a tetrahedral structure in which one carbon could form bonds with four other carbons. Carbon forming bond with carbon itself repeatedly is catenation. Carbon having four valency is tetravalency. So because of this reason, organic chemistry exists, right? Carbon is the main atom that forms a lot of compounds, and then hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen are joined to this main skeletal structure formed by carbon, right? Now as organic chemistry study goes, we have divided the compounds according to their some properties, right? According to their structure sometimes, according to their atoms sometimes. So we have divided the compounds into homologous series. We have three homologous series, right? First of all, what is a homologous series? Homologous series is compounds which have similar, it's a series of compounds which have similar chemical and physical property, right? The whole family of compounds may react with bromine. The whole family of compounds may not react with chlorine. The whole family of compounds may be solid, may be liquid, may be gas, right? So that is how we say that have similar chemical and physical properties and they have same general formula, right? They have same general formula. So the three homologous series that we have to study are alkanes, alkenes and alkynes, right? What happens in alkanes is that the carbon has only single bond with the next carbon. It does not have double bond, that is with alkenes, right? So let's say this is a structure of hydrocarbon, right? This is a structure of another hydrocarbon and this is a structure of another hydrocarbon. Even if one pair of carbon have triple bond between them, they are alkynes. If they have double bond between them, even one pair of carbon have double bond between them, they are alkenes. And if there are no double or single bonds, they are alkanes. Now, why will they have similar chemical properties? Because all of alkanes will have at least one double bond. All of alkynes will have at least one triple bond. But alkanes will neither have double bond or triple bond. So all alkanes will have similar properties, alkenes have similar properties and alkynes have similar properties, right? What is their general formula? The general formula for alkanes is CnH2n plus 2, right? Because here hydrogen is bonded to carbon on every side, satisfying the tetravalency of carbon, right? Sometimes in place of hydrogen you may have oxygen, you may have nitrogen, but those are not alkanes, alkenes, alkynes. These three are hydrocarbons, right? The general formula for alkenes is CnH2n and for alkynes it's CnH H2N minus 2. So for example, if an alkane has one carbon, it means it has 4 hydrogen. The value of N becomes 1. So C1H4, right? But in case of alkenes and alkynes, there is a necessity that there must be double bonds or triple bonds between the two adjacent carbon, which is not possible if there is just one carbon. So we'll start this series with 2 carbon. So you have carbon 2 and hydrogen 4. C2H4 is the first alkene. This is the first alkane, and C1H4, CnH2n, and C2H2 is the first alkyne, right? These are the homologous series. Now let's get to the other classification of the hydrocarbon, that is functional group. What is a functional group? A functional group is an atom or group of atom that dictate chemical properties of a organic compound, right? Of a organic compound. So what are halogens? Halogens are chlorine, bromine, fluorine and iodine. If in a hydrocarbon, in place of any hydrogen, if you have a chlorine, bromine, fluorine or iodine, then the chemical properties of an alkene, alkyne or alkane will be different from this halogen, right? The halogen will make the chemical properties different, and this will be the first one to react, right? That is why it's known as functional group. It dictates the chemical properties of a compound. Alcohol, right? Okay, by the way, halogens are denoted by the letter X. Okay. Alcohol is when OH group takes place of one of the hydrogen, right? Carboxylic acid, it has COOH group and it's a carboxylic acid. Ketone is when carbon double bond oxygen, right? Any of the middle carbon is bonded doubly with the oxygen, right? Aldehyde is when the end carbon is double bonded with oxygen and hydrogen, like this. So these are some functional groups that we have to understand. We must know the name of these things, right? Which brings us to the next part of the discussion, naming and isomerism, right? So if there are one carbon, right, in the compound, we start the name with meth. That is the chain name of the compound. If there are 2 carbon, then eth. If there are 3 carbon, then prop. If there are 4 carbon, then bute. If there are 5 carbon, pent. 6 carbon, hex. But let us also understand that how do we name some functional groups. So the first three are names of homologous series, right? If you notice, A and E is for alkane, right? So if my carbon compound, my hydrocarbon has one carbon in it, the one that we drew, C1H4, right? We have just discussed. What will be the name of this? Meth, because it has one carbon and the name should end with ane. So it is methane or methane, right? If there were two carbon, then eth. If it was alkene, then ethene. If there were 2 carbon and if it was alkyne, then ethyne. So what we have done? We have drawn methane, ethene and ethyne. Those are the 3 compounds that we have just drawn, right? Now the other names are for the functional groups. Alcohols, the name ends with all, right? So let's say there was an alcohol where hydrogen was substituted by an OH group, right? Alcohol is a OH group. So it will be called 2 carbon compound, one of the hydrogen substituted by OH group. So it will be called ethanol, right? In the same way, all the combinations are possible: ethanol, ethanoic acid, ethanone, ethanol, and halo. This is something different, right? So the names, all is for alcohol, oic acid is for carboxylic acid, ONE is for ketone, Al is for aldehydes. We have discussed all of these functional group. But for halogens there is something different. The name does not come in suffix, the name is in prefix. Let's take an example. We have a carbon compound which goes like this. So there are hydrogen, 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 and chlorine here and hydrogen here. The name of this compound will be 1-chloropropane, right? Single bonds, 3 hydrogen and chlorine at first carbon. Chlorine at first carbon. So that is 1-chloropropane. Let's say, for example, instead of hydrogen, there was chlorine here. Then the name of this compound will change to 1,3-dichloropropane, right? It would change to 1,3-dichloropropane. We are going to discuss naming and isomerism in the upcoming video. If you are interested, kindly write down in the comment box below. Thank you.